by Alice Phillips. Day 1. Marsa Alam to the Temples of the East Bank. The day began before sunrise. The air was still cool in Marsa Alam as I climbed into the comfortable, air-conditioned vehicle that would take me through the desert toward one of the most legendary places in Egypt, Luxor. The drive itself was mesmerizing as the red hues of the sun stretched over the barren sands. I sipped bottled water and watched the world transform from sleepy coast to ancient heartland. When we finally arrived in Luxor, the shift was electric. This place breathes history. Karnak Temple, an ancient giant. Our first stop was Karnak Temple, and stepping through its gates felt like being swallowed by time. I was instantly dwarfed by the towering pillars of the hypostyle hall, a forest of stone columns that made me feel tiny in the grandest, most humbling way. My Egyptologist guide told me its name in ancient Egyptian meant the most sacred of places. I believed it. Each carving, each angle of sunlight falling on worn reliefs. There was something undeniably powerful in the silence here. Lunch break. After the temple, we paused at a lovely local restaurant. I didn't catch the name, but the food? Bright, fresh, and soul-nourishing. There's something about eating Egyptian meze with views of dusty palm trees outside that makes you feel perfectly present. Luxor Temple, rituals and sunlight. Next was Luxor Temple, a space of festivals and ceremonies dedicated to the god Amun. Built by Amenhotep III and Ramses II, it had an elegance that contrasted Karnak's overwhelming scale. I wandered through its colonnades, tracing my fingers over hieroglyphics, while imagining ancient priests performing rituals by torchlight. The late afternoon light cast golden shadows across the stones. It was spiritual, almost cinematic. Free time in Luxor. We had a little free time after the temples. I wandered into a nearby bazaar, letting myself get lost in the scent of spices and the glimmer of brass lamps. A shopkeeper showed me a handmade alabaster cat statue. Yes, I bought it. Optional. Sound and light show. After checking into my 5-star hotel, Sanesta, what a treat! I took a moment to relax and freshen up. In the evening, I joined the optional sound and light show back at Karnak. The whole temple lit up with vivid colors as stories of the pharaohs echoed through the night air. My skin tingled. History wasn't just being told. It was performed around me. Summary of the day. The moment I stood beneath Karnak's towering pillars, I understood what awe really feels like. Day 2. The mystique of the West Bank. The sun was still gentle when I enjoyed breakfast at the hotel. Today's focus, the West Bank, the mystical, more shadowed side of Luxor's history. Colossi of Memnon. Silent guardians. We started with the Colossi of Memnon, 2 massive stone statues of Amenhotep III standing like sentinels. They seemed to look straight through me, timeless and still. I paused in front of them longer than expected. Something about their weathered majesty made me reflective. Valley of the Kings, echoes beneath the earth. Next, we entered the fabled Valley of the Kings. Just, wow, carved deep into sun-baked rock. These tombs were where Egypt married its mightiest rulers. I visited 3 tombs, each more elaborate than the last. One had ceilings painted with stars, another with tales of the afterlife swirling in vivid ochre and lapis. The silence inside was almost sacred. I could hear my own breath mingling with the centuries, Hatshepsut's Temple, woman, queen, legend. We ended the morning at the stunning Temple of Hatshepsut at El Deir el Bahari. This queen pharaoh knew how to make a statement. Her temple rose in elegant terraces, blending seamlessly into the cliffs behind it. The contrast of geometry and nature was breathtaking. I stood at the base and looked up, thinking, she ruled when women weren't meant to rule. And look at her legacy. And just like that, it was time to return. The drive back to Marsa Alam felt quieter, more introspective. I watched the desert roll by, but my mind was still in the tombs, with the gods and kings. Summary of the day: walking through the painted tombs of the Valley of the Kings, I felt I had whispered with history itself. Final thought: 2 days. Just 2 days, and Luxor left an imprint on my soul. If you ever find yourself in Egypt, don't just pass through Luxor. Let it pass through you. Until next adventure, Alice.